want it, I want it, I want it. Tell them I want it, 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 want it, I want it. Tell them I want it, 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 I want it. Tell them I want it, 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 I want it.
Yo, welcome back to the How to Sell Dope podcast. Today I got a very special guest in the building. Family.
Yes,
Also one of the dopest up and coming managers out of Memphis. My cuz Kelly Barnes. What's going on, man?
What's up, Kimbo?
How you feeling?
Man, everything is great.
Good. So I mean, let's get right into it. I'm gonna start off by being a little vulnerable, I guess, because you and I, we had a conversation. I would say it was at the end of the year, where, you know, I was kind of stating how I was feeling. Things weren't necessarily going right, and you know, not that they were going bad, but it just was a struggle, right? We were talking, and I was just kind of, you know, confiding in you in that way, and you basically was like, "Look at what you got." People are paying attention, because I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't say. A lot of people, when you look at social media, when you look at these influencers, a lot of folks say, you know, don't look for the validation and things of what you're doing, you know, because sometimes it feel like you out here, you're trying to make effort to educate, you try to make efforts to put your people on or whatever, but you don't necessarily feel like it's being noticed. I be needing that validation sometimes. And we had a conversation where you kind of got me right. You was like, that pod is good, keep the pod going. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? I also started doing interviews out of my studio. I'm only one in, you know what I'm saying? But still, BBE TV launched off of that. I decided to start my podcast back up, and it just makes hella sense to have you on here now, because during that conversation, you dropped a lot of gems with me about what you do for some of the artists that you work with, and kind of like how your mind go around strategizing their releases. And I want to pick your brain about that today. So first and foremost, thank you. And second, I guess we could just get started with how did you get into management? What made you want to do it?
Well, actually, I didn't. It was nothing that I planned on doing. You know what I'm saying? I was actually at the end of my career being an artist myself, and a cousin of mine brought a guy to my crib and was like, because he know that I got a lot of relationships and I've been doing music for a long time, so he brought me to my crib actually to basically help him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was talented, but he didn't have no direction, no game plan, and no strategy to stuff you were talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I stopped at that time right there. I stopped rapping, and I became a manager. It's kind of like probably a little more than a manager, but I started to be a manager at that point.
Okay. So he brought you somebody like randomly, but you were able to see the potential in them, and it made you want to like help them get to that next level. That's dope.
Right, it was random. I never had heard of him before. I never had heard of him.
He just showed up one day like, "Hey man, can you
No, listen. At that meeting, we played some of his music.
And
immediately I was like, you know, I could hear it off, you know, because I've been doing this for a long time, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the minute I heard the music, I knew what it was, you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, did you sign contracts with them to manage them, or were you like, I'm just gonna try to figure this out as we go?
No. I immediately signed the contract because I was immediately started investing my money into them, you know what I'm saying? So anytime you investing in somebody, you got to get your paperwork straight. You know, that's the first thing you got to do for sure.
Okay. So, and I think that's a good point. So, okay. So when I hear that story, it seemed like it was a thing that happened by chance, but somebody knew. So tell me about your artistry then, because this person brought you an artist to manage or to ask you to help them out. So they must have saw something that you were doing for yourself in the way that you were moving to even ask you to be a part of that equation.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, from being in the city like Memphis, with they being having a strong influence on the music business right now, in the relationship that I got in the city, that I got over time, like from being an artist with the promoters and the DJs and the other artists. You know what I'm saying? And just having those connections, make you able to be able to help people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's talk about that, because I think a lot of what the music business is, and success in the music business is being able to leverage those relationships. So how were you, like, what was your plan, if you don't mind sharing? Like, how did you build relationships with DJs?
Let me tell you. Listen, let me tell you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but let me tell you.
Go ahead. I'm trying to learn.
How you build those relationships? It's like what they say. It's the game to be sold, not told, right? So I didn't get none of these relationships. None of these relationships was free. You see what I'm saying? They came with doing business with these people. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you do business with people over time, and they realize that they see that you about business, and you based it on the same type of time they on, then that's when the relationship, because people be able to weed. You can, people that's on the same type of time be able to weed through the people that ain't. You end up with, being around like-minded people.
Right. Okay. So when you say building relationships with them, business relationships, this is basically like, are these like radio DJs, these club DJs, or just like a mix of both?
All radio DJs, club DJs, all of them.
That's dope. And these people would then, in turn, for whatever monetary figure, they would play your music or your artist's music on the radio. They would play in the clubs. And how did that benefit, in turn, the artists that you were working with?
Well, exposure. Really, that's another. That's basically marketing, actually, and promotion type thing.
That's what labels do. That's 100%.
That's what that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to have your ear to the streets where you are to know who to have to play your record, because any DJ playing your record is not, you don't get the same traction. What I'm saying, from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So can you elaborate on that? Like so you focus more on DJs that spin music at whatever. I guess here you elaborate, because I'm trying to come up with a scenario.
Basically, the popular DJ, and every city got a popular DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
he probably DJ at the popular club on Friday and Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what you want to do. Like, even if you don't know a DJ, you want to figure out what's the livest night, which club is popping on which night, and whatever DJ is DJing there, that's the popular DJ in the city 9 times out of 10. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you get an artist today and you want to know which DJ you need to talk to, you got to find out where the party is, and he gonna be DJing there.
Yeah. And I can imagine, like, another part of that strategy would be showing up to the club with the artist. You know what I'm saying? So when their music is getting spent, being able to even capture that for social media, but also being able to tell people that are there that you in the building. Like, I can imagine that probably even got y'all more followers and more streams just doing it that way too.
Yeah, you can do it that way, but if you think about it, at first you can just go in there as your manager and have them spin the record. Right. A couple weeks, get the record a buzz before you bring the artist in there, so they'll kind of know the record.
So okay, and I don't want to. If I'm prying too much, tell me to stop. But like,
no, okay, I'm gonna give you everything. I'm gonna give you all the game for your viewers. You feel me?
All right.
Like I say, it ain't it's to be sold, but I'm gonna give it to you because you family. It's free for you.
I appreciate that. So now these DJs, and I know every DJ probably gonna work different. So are these like month-long business ventures? Are these like weekly?
You want it? It's basically whatever it's optional, like however you want to work it, like.
Okay. But what you just said just made more sense. Like you making sure that this songs get in rotation at this club. You know what I'm saying, for a month, a couple months.
Yeah,
but just,
you want to get it a couple months first, or even a good month. You know, you want to make sure you spend it at the peak time in the club. You know, you want to when everybody's there.
Yeah,
and it's a window there. You know what I'm saying? Where it's at you know what I mean?
And that's got to be like the best song, because at the peak is like now you competing with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now you competing with Quavo. You know what I'm saying? So that song got to be of quality. You know what I'm saying? Sonically, and then it got to be hard too. It got to be able to fit. And that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope that you've been able to identify that and do that. Man, see, I don't think we even talked about this when we had talked last time.
No, I didn't have time. You know, it'll take time to give you all of this shit, man. It's a whole lot of shit, man. And like I said, I paid for this shit, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money for what I'm telling you. Like, this wasn't free. Nobody said that's not in no book or nothing. Nobody told me it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you tried it out, but then I can imagine that you also probably tried some DJs and it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to.
Yeah, that's how you know, because some people scamming out here. You know, some people you got to know, you got to weed through that too. You're going to learn your lesson. You're going to pay some people, they just going to be, you know how they go. They just want the money. They're not going to do their job. You got to go in the club to make sure they play the record, because they want to play the record.
You got to stand next to the DJ booth.
Send me the video. Send me the video you playing the record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to, you know, some guys, you know, you ain't even got to be in the club, because you know they about business. They going to play the record.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, because that's one avenue that I feel like it sounds dated, but I see how it can still work. You know what I'm saying? The idea of let's get this in these clubs, like you can literally take your city by storm by having the DJs play, especially at the most popping clubs. Like that makes so much sense. Right. Damn. that's good. Okay, so all right, so now you got this artist. And is that your first step when you're trying to promote somebody? Is it getting their music into the clubs? Is it just getting the music done? Or
the first step for me?
Walk me through your process when you're working with an artist.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down. Like, okay, artist come to me, I'm gonna ask him where he recorded. I'm gonna know where he recorded it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Cause you know what you record, you know how important that is.
100%.
So you tell me where you record. I want them to be comfortable. So if they're recording at a place that I think is, you know, good enough quality, then we can keep going with that. But if not, I'm like, all right, we got to go to this studio. We can't go record here no more, because we compete now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because we trying to be the best. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's
so when you trying to be the best, you got to record where the best record at. Mm-hmm. It's simple as that. You can't record with your partner around the corner in his bedroom. I know that's your partner and all. You can take him to the studio and let him engineer at the studio. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People don't know that. Take him to the studio, to the big studio. You are telling him you already got your engineer. You just want to book the studio.
Yeah.
But you can't record in that closet because it ain't set up to compete with the big dogs. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing I did. Was got him in a real studio. Then, you know, a lot of times they rapping on YouTube beats and beats that they don't own.
Let's talk about it.
We got to get some real beats. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got to know who's producing in your area. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. At least that's what I do. I know it's some hot people in everywhere. In Atlanta, in Chicago, I know it's crazy. You know what I mean? So you got to tap in with them. You know, send you a beat pack. You know what I mean? Get you some beats, and you got to have. And
I feel like if a producer gonna send you a beat pack, you either gotta have that type of relationship with them already, or you got it come with a price.
You're right, and that go back to all the relationships that you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And like I say, it ain't free, like you know that. But after you buy beats over and over, then the price gonna go down. They gonna, hey, I'm finna send you. You know what I mean? It's get different. That's what those relations. Now you got a relationship with the producer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you start doing business, then you can be in a relationship. Now it's on a different level.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't mean to stop you though. So now you getting them out of YouTube beats. Have you ever just had like an artist that recorded on a YouTube beat and it was just so fire that you like, let me just follow up with this producer so I can get this paperwork right?
You know what? Yeah, I have. And then I heard somebody say that, I can't remember, they had changed my whole mindset. It was like, if you don't really have a buzz, you can just drop the record, even if it's a YouTube beat. And if it blow up, then you can double back and settle that. You'll be blown up. So, you know what I mean? You can take care of that on the back end. It only matters like if Drake shouldn't rap on a YouTube beat. You know what I mean? But if you're an upcoming, you don't have buzz, don't nobody know you, it really don't make sense to pay for a beat for real. You can just rap on the beat, and if the song get hot and they call you, then hey, let me send you a couple $1,000s for the beat.
Yeah. Now, you know what? It's funny that you say that because I like to do good business. I'm gonna put that out there first, but I also do believe that if anybody ever suing you in music, it's a good problem to have. It's because you're making money. Ain't nobody gonna sue you over $5.
Ain't nobody suing you.
Ain't nobody gonna sue you over $10. When you seen it backfire in like the industry, like I'll give one example. It was like Juice WRLD, rest in peace. He did like an interpolation for Lucid Dreams, right? Which is like I forget the original song is by Sting. I'm sure somebody gonna torch me for not remembering it. But anyway, Sting now owns 85% of that song. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't get his paperwork right.
He didn't get it cleared up front.
But
he tried to get it cleared on the back end.
You can make the argument.
They'll take 100%. They'll take 100% a lot of times.
Yeah, but you can make the argument that Juice WRLD, that was the song that kind of just took him all the way up. You know what I'm saying? So now you got this audience, you got this fan base now. So it don't really matter if you lost money on that.
It don't matter.
As long as you keep dropping
whole song.
Exactly.
You got all these records, you still good.
Niggas paying you to show up at venues and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's different now.
Let's forget about that.
Yeah, it's different now. So okay, so you may let some YouTube beats slide. You prefer to get producers locally to send beats, but if they got some YouTube beats, whatever.
Right.
Okay, and then what's next?
Then next, what's next? Next, you got to have product. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, you got to have something, the product to sell. So, we done got the beats, now we got to get in the studio. Because, we got the studio, we got the beats, now we got to go in there and put the work in and get the product.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people problem is they'll go in the studio, they'll record one song, shoot the video, and just sit back and wait for Gucci Man to call. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? They'll do that. They'll spend 5 years of their rap career recording and dropping one song and shooting one video at a time and waiting on Yo Gotti, thinking Yo Gotti gonna see this video.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
Thinking somebody gonna come and save them. Yeah. You
got to drop this. This is what I do. You drop 5 songs, shoot 5 videos in one time.
5 like in one day?
No, not in one day. I'm talking about before you don't put any of the videos out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then that way you can put a video out. Maybe 2 weeks later you can put out another one. A week later you can just surprise them. 5 days. You know what I mean? You hit them with so much. You know what I mean? That's
so you're saying
that's how you get traction. You don't get no traction putting the video out in 6 months. Like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna get any traction like that.
So okay, all right. So let me back this up and make this a little simplify this a little bit. So you saying record a bunch of songs, right?
Yeah, and I'm not just saying. When I said 5, I'm not saying just record 5 songs. You record a whole record. Record 15 songs, 20 songs. That way you can pick 12 songs. You don't want to just record. Say you're gonna drop a tape and have 12 songs on it. You don't want to just record 12 songs. You want to have something to. You know what I mean?
Preach.
Record 7, 16, 17, 18, 19 songs. When you really working, you got a work ethic. That's not hard to do anyway.
Preach. Because I mean, Tupac probably still got albums. Tupac's probably still got albums that ain't came out yet. You know what I'm saying? I know Drake, Wayne, all these artists got so much unreleased material because that's the way they do it. They just record, and then they pick from the best, and then they put it out. So I think that's definitely valuable game. I know a lot of people are budgeting, you know what I'm saying? So you may just, maybe at home you working through all the songs. Maybe you got all these beats that you wrote to, and then you just never make it to the studio to record them because, you know what I'm saying? Because you feel like that song ain't as strong as the other ones. But you never really know until you record it, because I feel like a good engineer can make a song. You know what I'm saying? A good engineer can make a song sound great. You may think it, you may think different about it, but once you get in the studio and you hear it fully mixed and mastered, you might be like, okay, now this is my favorite. So anyway, that's just me rambling on about engineering and making sure that people record their music. But I think that's definitely a good approach. Record as much as you can and then select.
I need a lighter.
Somebody get this man a lighter. I think that's a good point. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go on from there. So now we got all these songs, we got all these videos.
Let me say this right here, and this for the people like that don't, because a lot of people be like, man, like I can't afford to shoot 5 videos. You know what I mean? And I can't afford to do that for real. Well, let me break it down to make it make sense and make it not seem like it's impossible. Okay? Because instead of you shooting a video and sitting back, shoot a video, shoot a video, and if you have to shoot another video the next month, if you can only afford to shoot 1 video a month, and the next month you can shoot a video, if it take you 6 months or 5 months to shoot 5 videos, you'll still get more traction. After that 5 months, you'll have those 5 videos. And when you still put them out the way you put them out, you still get more traction.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of people be listening and think, I got to pay for 5 videos at one time. And that's another thing. The more you get, the cheaper it is. Like, if it costs you $750 to shoot a video, if the cameraman tell you he charge $750, if you shoot 5, tell him I want to shoot 5, you can probably shoot 5 of them for $500 a piece. So that'll make it, you know what I mean? That's $2,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of $750 times 5.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know some videographers will work that way if you give them money up front. Some of them maybe not if you don't. But I think that's definitely a question that you should ask, because you can save some money, especially if they know that you planning on shopping with them.
For sure. And another thing, never go with the first price. If they tell you it's $750, tell them you got $650. That's all I got. Fuck with it. You hear me? If they say $700, man, I got $600, man. You hear me?
Negotiate.
Negotiate. You know that's the rule number 1 in business. You know that. Never go for the first price. If they tell you $750, I got $650. That's for the DJ, for the rapper that when you get the feature, that's everybody. Whatever they tell you the price is, if the rapper say it's $5,000 for the verse, tell him I got $3,500. If he say no, tell him but I can see if I can come up with $4,000 something. Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Negotiate. Okay.
Negotiate.
Okay. Be a good negotiator, because maybe it can help you save some money and build some relationships at the same time. All right. So now we got videos to the songs. We got the songs, and now how do we go about releasing it? How do we maximize this release?
Let me take a step back, because we got to take a step back, because when you got those records, you got to get you some features. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what you want to do is you got to have your ear to the streets. You got to know what's popping. You know what I'm saying? And you want to try to keep it in your budget. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you got to know it's a timing thing. Just imagine, just say, for example, before Pooh Shiesty blew up, it was a time like he was on fire in the city. Right before Gucci Mane got him, if you could have got a verse from him for about $2,500. Oh, it'd go overnight. It'd be $25,000.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's somebody in every city that's like right there, and it's about timing. You got to get that verse now. That verse, it can be $2,500 now. Tomorrow, that verse can cost $10,000. Now you got a $10,000 verse.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's about knowing what's next. You got to be able to know what's going on, and what, you know what I'm saying. Now, that's different. That's a skill that come with just being in the field. You got to know that. I can't really
Yeah,
break that
no,
down. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
you can see who buzzing though. You can see who buzzing, and I think, but you like you right though. Like that timing, like you don't know when it's gonna switch. But I wanna add to that because I've actually worked on songs here in the studio that people have gotten features with different artists, and they didn't help promote it. They act like it ain't happened. They ain't show up to the video shoot. You know what I'm saying? So how do you protect yourself from that when you working with getting features for your artists?
Did you say the artists didn't want to shoot the videos and they didn't want to post?
Yeah. Do you present some paperwork to say that they're gonna be involved in that up front?
Yeah, you got to do a contract. You got to.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you got a relationship with them, that's your. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't really know them and nothing like that, it's best to get a. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the contract.
Okay. Cause I when I heard that, I'm like, damn, man, they ain't help. You know, they ain't help share. You know, some like it's weird because I'd be disappointed when I see that. But
yeah.
you say
it's a dirty game for sure. It's a dirty game for sure.
Yeah. So make sure you get a contract up front. Okay. So now we got a couple of features. So I'm assuming that these videos that we shooting and maybe the song that we choosing to spin in the clubs are gonna include this feature, right? The feature gonna be on one of them joints. And all these things now, I got videos coming out. I got my song playing in the club for, however long. All this stuff is happening at the same time.
Yep.
That's exactly
how it's coming together. Then, you want to do something like this. You come on here, or you go on, Dirty Glove, Bastard, Off the Porch, you know what I'm saying? Or, you go Hollywood Wicked Films, he'll pull up on you, you know what I'm saying? Or you go Hollywood Famous Animal. Every city got a platform where you can, what I'm talking about, freestyle or something like that,
Yeah.
You kind of get their fan base to, their pages have. That's a big thing. When you're working with, you want to go to the people that got them followers where you can get that exposure from them.
Okay.
Them features are about exposure, like taking their fans. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So now we got all this stuff going on. And you're saying you also find a platform, even if it costs a little money, find a platform that you can either do like a freestyle video or an interview on that got a lot of followers too. So now it's like we got the DJ going, we got the features, you know what I'm saying? We got the videos dropping and we got interviews.
And like I said, you can set all this up to release all this 8 months from now. So you got 8 months to build up all of this stuff. 5 videos. You'll have 2 interviews. And then when you get ready to drop all of this stuff, you're unstoppable.
That
everybody know you.
That is good game. I hope somebody hearing this. I know somebody gonna hear this, but write that shit down. That is really good game because if you pay attention, that's what's happening. That's even what's happening with Rihanna right now. You know what I'm saying? Granted, she is Rihanna and she performing at the Super Bowl, but I done seen her on Ellen. You know what I'm saying? I keep seeing her face on all these different commercials and all this stuff. I know she probably got some music that she about to drop. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the press run. You know what I mean?
It's called a press run. Exactly.
It's called the press run. You have to make it look like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That make it look major because, like I said at first, we're competing with everybody. You feel what I'm saying? We're not competing with the people in the neighborhood. We're competing with the big dogs. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say we got to record where they record at. We got to do everything that they doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Wait. Say that one more time. You're not competing with the people in the neighborhood. You compete.
No, we're not competing with them. No. We compete with the big dog. We compete with the folks going platinum and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people think, once again, they think it's impossible. But if you do what I told you to do, you see what I'm saying? If you can put it out there in front of you, don't even worry about dropping because people they ready to go viral and they just chasing clout. They really doing it for the internet. So they really just can't wait to drop a video and put it on the internet lane and just, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They ain't even, so success I don't really even think is in the forefront for them. It's just about being popular on the internet for them. Having likes and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's about to them. But that's not what it's about to them. That's not what I'm talking about. I ain't giving you the game on being popular on the internet. You trying
to make some real
I'm giving you the game
make some real money.
Account, you know what I'm saying? Get your bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Please preach, bro. So okay, that's one thing that I will admit that I feel like is a frustrating conversation at times because it seems like it's popular to have the idea, because we all do music for the love, but a lot of times people kind of shit on the idea that people are doing music to make a career out of it when it's the music business. And I think that what you just said is very important. You trying to put money in your bank account and in their bank account, so we got to be able to do business, because that's what this is, the music business.
For sure.
That's dope. That's dope as hell, man. Thank you for that. Shit, you just blew my mind. All right, so you I know you working with a couple of artists, and we could talk about it if not. I think you said somebody may have had at least some offers on the table, or like have you gone to that extent yet?
Well, actually, the last artist that I was managing, it kind of ran its course. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We put out a couple records. I really took them from 0 to 100. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the contract ran its course. Like I said, we dropped a couple records under my imprint, PPC, and I put him in a great position to, you know what I mean? And I taught him the game, just like I'm giving you the game. I gave him the game to be able to where he wouldn't have to sign with nobody if he's smart enough. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where he'd be able to do it himself and be his own boss. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so important. That's so important. I mean, the fact that
or at least being smart enough to know your worth to be able to get a favorable contract.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's admirable too. You know what I'm saying? That you would do that. So not only are you working with these artists to try to help them get, you know, deals or whatever their goals are, but you also giving them this game and this blueprint that they can continue even if y'all not working together.
Listen, man. I don't middleman them. You know what I mean? I give them the DJ number. I give them the rapper number. Like, I don't, like, you ain't got to call me and be like, call him and tell him I'm finna give you his number. You call him yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to keep nothing away from nobody, nothing like that. So when you go, he gone, he still got those relationships that I, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That I paid for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I am. You know, that's just the person. That's the person I am. Because a lot of people wouldn't do that.
Right. No, 100%.
A lot of people wouldn't do this. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. A lot of I know a lot of people that have signed management contracts, and you know, there's different things where even if they don't work with the manager is still collecting on certain stuff, and you know, like all of that. So I think it's dope. It's dope that you are empowering the artists to also do their own thing too at the same time.
That's one of the most important things to me. Like, you know what I mean? Which is, you know what I mean? That's important for me personally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I think once, I feel like we had a conversation. Did you ever bring like a big act to Memphis?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I gotta ask you a crazy story, man. You hear me?
Yeah.
So, you know, I was in the middle of my music career, right?
Uh-huh.
So, Pepper, Mouth of the South, he like a staple in the city of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? He's just like a philanthropist. And I went to a Kevin Gates show, and I went with a backpack of CDs. I had dropped the tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go there as a rapper. You know what I mean? To pass out CDs. And when I go, I got my girl with me, and it's crazy, Pat. It's Kevin Gates, right? And this back when he was talking about, this is like years ago, we were talking about eating booty, so he was like, went viral behind that. You know what I mean?
That nigga talking about eating piss now, drinking piss like he.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with that. But look, so I go to the Kevin Gates show, and I paid $100 a piece for the VIP line to get in with me and my girl, right?
Mm.
It's like 1,500 people in here. So I just did the math. I'm like, God damn, somebody that made $200,000. Like, somebody that made a lot of money. I went home and put them CDs in the corner, and I booked the Migos like the next week. They was the next hottest thing in the country.
You brought them to Memphis?
I brought them to Memphis. It cost me $22,000. You hear me? I didn't know nothing about that. You hear me?
So wait, did you find it? Like, how did you? Okay, run me through that then. So first off, how the hell did you contact them? And then where did you find the venue?
They was my favorite rap group at the time. That's all I was listening to was the Migos. So when I went to that Kevin Gates show, They was like the two most viral people. This is back then, like when they was Hannah Montana and Versace back then. I'm talking about back then.
Yeah.
When it cost to 22,000, you know, it was probably $250,000, you know, when they got through rapping. But I'm talking about when it was 22,000. So I think I emailed them. You know what I mean? I probably was on social media and I found the email to book them. You know, they had the booking information in there. I emailed and emailed me back. It was 22,000. It was 11,000 up front and 11,000. You know, when they pulled up. You know, and they had a ride in there where they wanted certain, you know, hot wings and certain kind of dipping sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Was it Wingstop?
Dressing and everything.
Was it Wingstop?
No, it wasn't Wingstop. It was before Wingstop, I think. So I didn't know how important, you know, having the right promoter and the right DJ and all this stuff was. Mm-hmm. So I really pretty much lost all my money.
Damn.
But that was a lesson I learned. You know what I mean? That's another lesson I learned that I'll be able to tell. You know, that lesson I told you, this stuff ain't free. I paid for this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I know now if you book the Migos or you need to find out you like that. Go back to the club I was telling you about and that DJ I was telling you about. Cause you think you think just 'cause you got some money you can book the hottest rapper. It don't work like that. They want that promoter that's at that club and they want that DJ on that flyer. They don't care about you or me.
Right.
They see that promoter and they see that DJ on there and they see that rap on there. It's sold out.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Everybody make it go. So that was so.
I didn't know that.
Though. So you booked them.
See, when you get that promoter gonna post it. When you get that DJ, he gonna post it. It's viral. The whole city coming.
Yeah.
If you get the biggest promoter and the biggest DJ in the city, you just gonna have to pay them. You'd already paid the Migos 22,000. You pay the promoter and the DJ, and you gonna make 250,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then if you get then you get the bar. You know you got to get them. You know what I'm saying? All that time. That's the business. Just gave you the promoter game too.
Yeah.
You know, you get security. You get your security. You get the hottest DJ. You get the hottest promoter. And you get the hottest rapper. You get you a bag. Just like that. That easy.
And you found them off of email. See, and that just, I feel like that lets you know everybody open for business, right? You know what I'm saying?
I did this as a kid, though. I did this as a kid.
That's what I'm saying.
I had the money to do it. Because you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
If I knew what I knew now, I could have, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was a lesson.
Yeah. But still, the fact that you were able to pull it off, you know what I'm saying? So at least get it set up, and whether it was a success in your eyes or not. But I look at stuff like
RP to take too, man. You
RP Takeoff. I think the fact that you were able to get that done is just dope. You know, like I always go back to me not knowing that. Well, not even being in a position. I ain't gonna say I didn't know, but when I sold a song to R. Kelly back in like 2007, the song never came out, so it's not that big of a deal, but I got bought outright. So he could have literally taken that song and sold it to somebody else, or, you know what I'm saying, put it out and made millions of dollars, and I would have just got, you know what I'm saying, the few grand that they gave me to buy it, and that would have just been it. That's terrible business, but you know what I'm saying, like when you learning, you
learn. That was a lesson. That wasn't terrible business.
Yeah,
that was just a lesson you learned. You was in school. That was you in class, and you learned a lesson.
Yeah.
You took the test, and you didn't make it not to pass the test, but you still learn. You take the test again, you're gonna get the next thing. You're gonna get that right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel okay about it because the song never came out. So you know what I'm saying. Like, they ain't make no money. At least not to my knowledge. So I'm like, I'm alright, but I should have definitely got some points on that. But yeah, man. So do you have like any advice for anybody who may be here? Let's talk to a manager first, and then we're gonna talk to an artist. What advice would you have for someone who is looking to get into management?
What advice would I have someone looking to get into management? Okay.
Artist management.
I just go to picking when you're trying to pick the artist. You know what I mean? And that's a tricky thing because people wear costumes. You know what I mean? They don't be who they perceive. You know what I'm saying? They ain't who they really are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially when they see that you can help them, they be faking. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see who the real person is. So you got to kind of try to pick. Got to pick the right person. You know what I mean?
That's a really good point. Because I think that's like partnering up with somebody, right? Like you don't necessarily know what someone's work ethic is going to be, how hungry they are, if y'all vision is like aligned and all that. Like you can have those conversations up front, but sometimes people's perception of what that really means and what that looks like is different. So that's a really good point. How do you do you give it like a timetable? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna work with you for like 6 months. I'm gonna work with you for like a year. Like how do you approach just trying to figure out if y'all can
you don't
make splashes.
You don't really have that kind of time to wait a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you got to be able to do is kind of be able to judge people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is a gamble. I don't want to say a gamble because I say if you execute it right, then I think it's I think it's unstoppable. But like I say, it's all about picking the right person too. You know what I mean? And like I say, you got to just okay, I think it'll work, and you just got to go with it. You got to just take the shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, so you judge them how to like? Do you look at what they've done, like previous work, or you just like I got a good feeling about this. My gut is.
I'm really talking about the person. I'm not talking about the artist right now, because at this point I'm thinking we know this person is good enough to make it to go.
Yeah.
So now we got to see if this person in the streets they crashing out. Like you don't know if this person gonna go to jail. This motherfucker ain't be alive. Like. You gonna invest your money in them, and they'll be in jail. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, are they deep in some other shit? Yeah,
some shit like that. So that's what I'm saying. Judging the mother, you got to see like, damn, this motherfucker wild. Like, I can't really invest my money into it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because that's a good point too, especially if you're a manager that's investing. Because like I eventually want to be able to run like a label. And do those things. So, but I don't have the resources just yet to pull that off. But that is valuable information. If you go invest in somebody money, because time is money too, though. I think I look at both of those things hand in hand. If I'm not making money doing some other stuff, and I'm spending my time on you, then I'm taking money out of my pocket. In a different way. What are they involved in their regular lives? I would say even so, like, what does their work ethic look like? Are they making any moves on their own? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing for themselves to help get your attention? You know what I'm saying? Like. I
really don't judge them out there, Ignit, because in certain places, people don't really have nothing, and the people the people around them never had nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they maybe not had the same chances that maybe me or you have had to even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To even be able to do stuff you're talking about that you want to see from them. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think work ethic. You don't need money to be able.
No, not. I ain't talking about work ethic, but like something going, like for them to be able to go to the studio. You may be able to just see the talent in them, and you may be able to have to do the rest.
Right.
They ain't got nothing. They ain't got no clothes or nothing. They just got the talent. You gonna have to get a haircut and everything.
Okay. So you go that deep. Okay.
Yeah, I can go in that deep.
Okay.
We got to get you to change them clothes and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
That's
why I say I'm deeper than just a manager. You know what I'm saying? I'm a manager too, because I'm like everything. You know what I'm saying?
You like a label. You more like you.
Yeah, they gonna be with me every day. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take them. You know what I'm saying?
Master P.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them with me. They gonna be with me every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You be eating shrimp and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta change. You gotta change their life and get them to try to see something different. So when I say eat shrimp, I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing. They ain't probably never had no shrimp before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you take somebody somewhere they ain't never been, stuff like that make them change and make them see maybe I shouldn't do this or maybe go to jail. Because if you just you ain't never leaving the neighborhood, going to jail really ain't that bad because your partner's in there anyway.
So you give them an example.
You give them a reason to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
You got to.
Okay.
You give a dog no food, you give a motherfucker, you ain't feeding the motherfucker, how you gonna expect them to listen to you? They're not gonna listen. You ain't feed your dog, how you expect them to, it's not gonna listen. It don't work like that. You got to, this is how it is.
We got a couple people in the chat right now. Real talk from my mom. My mama watching. Fallon, our cousin Fallon watching too. What up, y'all? I appreciate y'all tuning in.
What's up? Yeah.
Yeah, time is money. Invest your time and money wisely. True words there from my mother. All right, so that's from the manager standpoint. So you think if you're gonna be a manager, then you should really be 100% invested and committed. Because I know some managers, depending on their level of financial security, won't have the funds or, you know what I'm saying, the means to go as deep as you are. But you're saying that that's something that you should do for the artists that you're trying to represent, because sometimes people need that extra push, you know, like they need to see that things can be different than what their current situation is.
Let me show you how deep it is. Let me show you how real it is. Mm-hmm. I'd rather look like a bum. Before I buy me an outfit, I buy him an outfit. And let him be fresh and I won't be fresh. You feel me?
Yeah.
You got to be selfless. You got to be, it's about that person. When I don't get in the videos, I don't get in the interviews. I'm behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's ain't about me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm always there. But I feel like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That ain't my job to be in the camera taking the shine away from the, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. No, I get that. I get that 100%. All right. So what advice?
I ain't got no reason to be fresh. I ain't even on the camera.
Right. So what advice then would you have for artists looking for managers?
Well, what advice? The same thing. You got to find the right person. You know what I'm saying? You got to see with this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they gotta look for managers, because there's a lot of scamming going on, like we talked about earlier.
Right. You got to see their background, like what's their history. Who have they managed? Have they managed anybody? Did they do anything with them? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Was they responsible for what it was? Like, cause you can see, you like, damn, he managed him, but he could not have nothing to do with it.
Right. He was just there.
So he got something, you know, to look creative, but he ain't really do nothing. So he ain't gonna be able to make that same thing happen for you. So you just got to know that. That's about being in the streets and knowing. And when I say in the streets, I don't mean in the streets, but I mean like having your ear to the streets, like the what's going on musically in the street.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it, man. I feel like I got educated today. I think the people that are listening to this pod also got some good game, man. I appreciate you coming on and sharing that, because again, man, like just hearing what you said, it's like it's so simple. It's really simple. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Like when you look at like what labels do, you pretty much create your own like label like release system with the artists that you work with, where I can't escape this song. You know what I'm saying? I can't escape it. It's at the club. It's on the radio.
It's on my phone. It's on Instagram. You got to get the bloggers, pay them $200 to post it on their story. You know, it's everywhere. Everywhere I go. On the radio, it's at the club when I play. On my phone, it's on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
And you saying if you got to save up the money to execute that,
take your time.
It's okay.
You think you can't afford it, but if you do this week, because you get paid. I could get pay for one video this week. You know what I'm saying? Or just save the money up, and that way, maybe at the end of 2 months, I have enough to pay for the 5 videos. Yeah. And after that, then you can shoot. Then you get the outfits and all that with a paycheck, and then you can, you know what I'm saying? Or however, whatever if you're traveling, whatever you're doing, however you getting it, you feel me?
Well, you could plan this stuff. You said 8 months, probably even longer in advance.
If it's a year, whatever it take, you still gonna get at the end of the year when you roll all this stuff out, you gonna get the traction. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to think ahead. You ain't got to worry about the now, because the rap game ain't going nowhere.
True. Big facts. Big facts. All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Hey, I love you, family. You hear me?
I love you too, man. Okay, tell the like first off, you coming on here and giving all this game, but then like the conversation, like I said, we had was like just 2 months, like right around Christmas time, you know, like that was inspirational to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times the stuff that we do, stuff that I do, I should say, it had to get overlooked, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like all like in everywhere. I'm not trying to be blown up that way, but I do want to educate people. I do want to feel like the things that I'm contributing to, at least my version of contributing to the game, is actually being noticed. And I appreciate you just reaffirming that and then pushing me to start the pod back up.
Right, for sure, man. Cause you know I love you so much that I be watching you and I just be seeing stuff like I wish I was around you where I could tell you stuff that could help you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I want you to win. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know everything I'm telling you, I know you can do it. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah.
I know you can do it.
Yeah. 100%. But all right, what can people find you?
Man, in Memphis, I'm in the city. You know what I'm saying?
If they want to follow you on social media.
Music, we on Spotify. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, if people want to get at you on social or something, how can they find
Kelly Barnes 901 on Instagram. You know, just hit me up on the gram, Kelly Barnes 901.
All right. He said Memphis. All right, well then we out.
All right, gang.
All right, we out.
Letting on the leaks so low. I go based on toes. Letting on me come call. I can never make that choice. Want it, tell them I want it. I want it, 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 I want it. Tell them I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it.